Vampires. Allegedly. This is part 9. If you haven't seen 1 through 8, they're in a playlist on my page. But before we get started, TikTok, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so please don't get your panties in a wad. You have to watch 1 through 8 or you're not going to understand this at all. Tristan and Jason had gone out while Lauren and Saxon stayed at home and went through this secret medical facility. And the next morning, Jason tells Saxon the story about the sister Caitlin. Yuck. All 4 of them are swimming right now the next day after breakfast at the indoor-outdoor pool on the indoor side. Saxon has sworn Lauren to secrecy about what she just told her. And lo and behold, as the devil may have it, here comes Caitlin bebopping up inside there with her little friends. And at this point, it's taken everything Lauren has inside to be like, okay, the family's already weird, but this just took it a step even further than the lab did. And Lauren tells Saxon, she's like, I want to go back to my room. And she's like, we're staying right here. Jason and Tristan go off to play basketball with some friends that they were out with the night before and leave them there, all of these girls by themselves. And they don't really know Caitlin. Lauren's been around her twice. And she's cold. Like, she's like a 5'7" version of Taylor Swift and cold. Basically, she's a stuck-up bitch. But instead of her and her friends staying off to themselves and just swimming, they walk right on over there and start being catty. And in Lauren's mind, she's thinking, I know what I got told. You were inappropriately all over my man, your brother, last night at the bar. And to make matters worse, Caitlin introduces her friend Holly and says, oh, this is Tristan's new girlfriend. Lauren, this is Tristan's old girlfriend, Holly. They're around each other long enough to figure out that this is not going to work. So Lauren and Saxon leave from the pool and go back to Tristan's room. She shows Saxon the books that were still there from the last trip. And Saxon's like, oh my God, show me this library. So they go get on the elevator and they go down to where the library is. And she's like, this family is fucking weird. They are on some other type of shit. And Lauren's feeling really, really down inside, and she's like, fuck this shit. The guys went out last night. Forget about everything else. Let's go get into something. So they go find the guys and tell them that they are going to go out tonight. And Tristan immediately gets defensive and does not want her going out on the town. I guess because it's his hometown without him. And for the sake of not being a bitch, and because she loves him so much and everything's just in her head and her father just passed, she reluctantly says, okay, we'll all go. And this time, all of Tristan's local friends are going too. So she's going to get an opportunity to meet the people that have known Tristan his whole life. So they get dressed, they go out, they go to this bar. And later on in the night, you know how when people get to drinking, loose lips sink ships? They were talking about tattoos, and one of the guys is like, yeah, Tristan, tell Lauren why you can't get a tattoo. And Lauren's like, yeah, why are you not allowed to get a tattoo? What's going on? Is it against your religion? And he just gets real, like he's about to explode. And he was like, I don't want to talk about this. The guy that's bringing up all this used to be Tristan's best friend. Still friends, but not besties. And Jason, his new best friend, is just kind of sitting there like, uh-oh, what's going on? And the other guy's getting loud and says, oh, he'll get disinherited. And at this point, Tristan's like, okay, I've had enough, I'm ready to go. So Jason and Saxon, they go ahead and walk out first, and 2 of the other guys are trying to talk to Tristan. This guy's steadily in the background hollering stuff. And Tristan's trying to scoot Lauren, hey, go with them. And he's like, tell her the truth, Tristan. Tell her you'll never be able to be with her after college. Tell her the truth. So they get in the car and everything else, and, he tells her, he's like, I'm sorry about that. He used to be my best friend, and gives her this lame excuse about everything that he's saying. They get back to the house, the next couple of days go by, and everything seems completely normal. Right up until Christmas Eve when they're all having dinner, the entire family. And I do mean the whole family, minus one. Remember in the lab, they had seen the thing that said the triplets, but here are the twins from The Shining again. And this time, the mother's there, and she's acting like a normal person, a real stuck up person, but a normal person. But these two kids never once say a word or anything like that. And so after the festivities are over, they go back to their room, and she's like, why don't the twins ever say anything? And he said, because in this family, children are to be seen and not heard. Whew. Oh, it's getting too long. See you for another part.